So, welcome back. So, this is now PIQ review, how to craft PIQ number 2. And this video is part of a series that I'm doing. And so, what you will see is I'm also attaching a PowerPoint to my Google Classroom where you can follow along. So, let's begin with how to craft PIQ number 2, personal insight question for the UC application. Okay, so what this one does is this one's the topic on creativity. And remember that the UC system, what they did is they created 8 prompts, and you're going to choose 4 of them. So you want to choose the 4 that best calls to you and your personality. A lot of students sometimes stay away from this one because they might feel, well, I'm not an actor, I don't dance, I don't sing, so I don't feel I'm creative. To be honest, that's not really what this question is asking. Yes, you can write about those things, but just because you're not a drama student or a musician doesn't mean you can't answer this question. So let's take a look at the prompt. So the prompt says every person has a creative side, and it can be expressed in many ways: problem solving, original and innovative thinking, and artistically, to name a few. Describe how you express your creative side. So let's kind of explore that topic a little bit more. So if you go to Google or if you go to a dictionary, you might find this definition. Creativity is characterized by the ability to perceive the world in new ways, to find hidden patterns, to make connections between seemingly unrelated phenomena, and to generate solutions. So, again, being creative doesn't mean what many people think sometimes, that it has to be some kind of structured class that you've taken. So, at this point, this is now step 2. So, on step 2, we are going to make a list, just like the time we did before. So I want you to make a list of as many ways that people have expressed their creativity. Start with the general way that people express their creativity. So, for example, drawing, painting, singing, those are a few. But I want you to try to push your mind to come up with 10 to 15. So keep going. What are other ways that people express who they are? You can pause the video here to make that list. Okay, so after you've kind of made that list, really what you want to do is keep digging, right? So, what are some of those ways that people express their creativity? Some people dye their hair and play with different hairstyles. Some people dress a certain way. Even if they have to wear school uniforms, they find a unique way of expressing their personality. Some people organize their folders or their notes in very particular ways that helps them. Other people love to be able to be that funny person who on the spot is just witty and can come up with a joke, especially when your friends are feeling down and you're always that person they go to because you just make them laugh. That's your creativity. Maybe you're the person that all of your aunts and uncles send their kids to because you know how to entertain these kids. You come up with games or activities for them to do. Uh, Maybe one of the ways you're creative is in the kitchen, and you've taken old recipes and kind of come up with your own way. Just as a funny story, my son, I know nowadays you can go to a store and buy Doritos that have tapatio on it, but my own son, when he was younger, would call it his Vincent special. And so he'd go into the kitchen, get a bowl of Doritos, and just douse tapatio all over with some lemon. And he was expressing his own love for the food, but also kind of calling it his own name. Again, this feeling of wanting to express yourself in a unique way. What else can fall under being creative? Being the person that looks at a movie and starts to find all of the inaccuracies or can predict already the ending. Singing karaoke in the car, gardening, playing Minecraft, and coming up with whole new worlds, blogging, doodling on your notebook while you're sitting in class, questioning, whether out loud or in your mind, questioning what you watch on the news, questioning your teachers, questioning the textbook. That is a different way of seeing the world. Are you the student that always likes to debate about whether or not we actually landed on the moon or the world is flat? That's creativity, a new way of seeing the world. Uh, do you like doing makeup? Do you like cleaning and organizing your bedroom or classrooms? Do you enjoy decorating? All of these things fall under creativity, a new way of seeing life and the world around you and trying to find solutions to things. So that's step number 2, which is pretty lengthy. Okay, from there, kind of, we need to now narrow it down. You're going to choose the one way that you express that creativity. So, if you want to stay away from the more common ones, you can. If not, talk about the time that you started learning how to play the piano or play tennis, or you are in Taekwondo. Talk about those moments. But what you want to do is now focus on the details. And one of the things I recommend my students is to maybe focus in a specific moment that shows this side of you. So, maybe you don't want to talk about the time you won the big award and you only talk about the highlights, but talk about the struggle, what you learned from it. So, one example, for example, a student wrote about how she loves setting up surprise birthday parties at school for her friends. And she wrote this beautiful uh, little short essay about um, everything she did to organize the surprise party. She coordinated with her friends, she delegated certain jobs and tasks, she met with the teacher where the classroom was going to be used, she made a list of all her items, and then she made sure that her friend didn't know about it until the last moment. Yes, it expresses her creative side, but it also shows that she's loyal, that she has dedication, and that she has very strong organizational skills. So, all of that is things that the college application um, readers want to know about. Who are you outside of the academics? Uh, like I said, focus on a specific moment that you felt that you were either expressing your creativity. Maybe it could be something even in the classroom. You were there, had a group project, your teammates were arguing about what to do, and you calmly settled down and had them, hey, what if we just did it this way? Again, that's a way of expressing your creativity. At this point, it is now time to write. So, this is step number 6, time to write. You're going to highlight what you really want to say. You want to reread those PIQ examples. Then you're going to just journal it out. Just write, tell the whole story. Maybe you want to start by just restating the prompt. So you might say, one way that I express my creativity is by, and then just start explaining. At that point, you want to then take some time, put that prompt down, take a day, come back to it. Again, after reading those samples, now you start crafting that short little hook. Keep it short. This is a 3-part PIQ. Part 1 is the hook, just a quick little introduction. Then the body of it is going to be the details. And then at the end, you wrap it up with a concluding thought of why is this creativity important to you? What has it taught you along the way about who you really are and what you really value? Okay, so that is PIQ number 2. Again, make sure that you follow along on that PowerPoint to give you some more examples. Thank you.